Hi guys, welcome back to our new episode of Talk It Out. Today, we are going to talk about how to talk it out and why we should talk it out.
I think the importance of talking it out.
Yes, the importance of talking it out.
I think a lot of times arguments, quarrels, all these come from people just bottling things up, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Give me an example. Any example from childhood or or recently?
I think when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
when I was a small boy, I think my anger wasn't that bad. Until I hit puberty, until I hit going to army. Right before I go to army was the worst.
Yeah, that's the peak of the puberty.
Yeah, like just started working part-time, then think independent already.
Yeah.
Don't need anybody else around me.
Yeah.
So at that point in time, I remember this one incident where I had a very big quarrel with my dad. We were about to have dinner. Then apparently this plastic bag flew from the table to the floor. But he didn't see it fly to the floor. I saw it. I was sitting there playing with my phone.
Yeah.
Right. Then after that, he came from behind, like from the living room. He was walking over and was like, "Hey, why you anyhow throw the plastic bag on the floor?"
Right.
Well, if you talk to an ego-filled teenager at that point in time, like my reaction was, "Not I throw one what?
Yep.
Not I throw one, I cannot pick up. Sit down here, play the phone. Don't know how to clean up the house. This is not your house. So it escalated to us pushing each other. It's just short of punching only. Because at that point in time, although like the anger was really there, like I didn't want to strain the relationship.
Yeah, of course.
So after that, it escalated to this is become your house, my house. And after he told me, since you don't like, you're very independent. Don't need you to tell me, I won't tell you. So I straight away went to go upstairs, take my luggage, pack everything in.
And then go where? Hotel?
And I go to my ex-girlfriend's house.
Oh.
Thankfully, at that point in time, my ex family, they decided to keep me in.
Right.
Then on that night itself, my mom called me and asked me, why you want to do this? Like why? Because of one plastic bag, or because of what? What exactly pissed you off?
Right.
Then, when I look back after a few years, it was a very stupid thing. I mean, if you look back, it's damn stupid lah. Like, hey, why you leave your house? Because my father told me because of plastic bag. It's damn cock, really damn cock. And I chose at that point in time. It wasn't the best decision, but I felt if we decided to say nicely lah. If he asked me why the plastic bag on the floor don't know how to pick up, sorry, I'm actually playing my game. Give me a while, I will pick it up.
Right. I think it
could have been averted completely.
Yes. I think this is what happens when sometimes at that point of time, at that moment when anger comes up.
Yeah.
Then somehow the brain stops braining lah, cannot process in a logical and rational manner to effectively communicate.
Yeah.
And I think research has also shown that 90% of the time, right, most conflicts, right, be it whether it's between family members or between your spouse or children, arises from the way we speak, the tone of our voice, and how we structure our sentences. Yeah. So that's, I think, the cause of it. But honestly, what do you think about anger? Because like when we get angry and we can't communicate effectively, why is that so?
I think it's the emotions that drives the conversation. But if we can recognize certain emotions, then it will be easier for us to know why and how we can communicate. So for example, like why I'll get angry with my dad. I mean, the whole basis of it is because I love him, right? You won't get angry with your neighbor's father, right?
Yeah, you're probably thinking, 笑啊, this uncle.
Yeah. Or you won't get angry with a complete stranger,
right?
Because there's no love.
Could I then, in this sense, simplify it? Is because you find like you are being wrongly judged. So it's like a misunderstanding. Like you feel like, hey, how come my father would accuse me? Right. And not because you don't love him, but you just find that, hey, I thought you're on my side, but why you accuse me of no way?
Yeah, something along that line.
Okay.
So at the same time, it's also expectations.
Right.
Because a lot of times we expect something, but we never say out.
Mm.
Then we don't say out. He also don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. Until much later in my life where I asked him, hey, actually, I'd rather be your friend. You give me everything.
Yep.
But then he also told me why he did certain things.
Right.
Yeah. So ultimately, I would say it's also the intention behind it. Why they want to do certain things is not being said out.
Yes.
Yeah. The intention of, doing something that is maybe not so according to your way. Yeah. Because a lot of times, even when now that I have my own son, as much as I want him to have everything, there are certain things that I cannot give him now. It's not because I don't want to give him, but it's because if I give him now, what kind of son am I going to bring up? What kind of upbringing will he have? Right? And these are the considerations that comes to mind. So now I make it a point, even when my son, he likes to run. Well, okay, go and run. But definitely he'll fall down, right? So I spoke to my wife about this, and I think, when he fall down, our first reaction is not to go and grab him and pull him up. Because I asked my wife, actually as parents, right, what do you want? Then I told her I want him to learn how to stand up. So okay, let him fall down. If he needs me, I will be there to pick him up. If he don't need me, let him stand up on his own.
But after that, right, when he falls up, do you sit him down when he has come down and talk to him and tell him hey, you know why Papa didn't stop you and let you fall and communicate with him?
Definitely.
Okay.
So even now when we go to the zoo, right, he like to run. So when he run and he fall down, we will purposely don't put cream for him. I told you not to run. You chose to run. So I'm not going to put any medication for you but it's only for the first day Ultimately, as parents, nobody wants our child to get in trouble.
Correct.
Nobody wants the worst things to happen to our child, right? Although yes, they have to learn, but I think it should be in a controlled environment. Right. So for the first day, I tell him no. Next day still pain, okay, I put cream for you. But we want him to go through that so that he will remember and he will learn. As a parent, I feel it's not my job to make sure you don't fall down.
Yes.
Right? You don't fall down means you don't learn anything. So I'm going to let you fall. But my promise to you as a parent is I will make sure I'm there when you fall. Right. I will make sure that if you need me, I will be there.
Right.
Yeah. But apart from that, sorry, if you can, stand up on your own.
Right. So we're going to use this as a case study. So I feel like more often than not, when such a situation happens, right, and then, example, your son falls down, I feel most of the time there are cases whereby then your other half will say hey, 你怎么让他跌倒? Why you let him fall down? And then after that start to argue.
Yeah.
And then fight again.
Yeah.
So I feel under such situation, based on this case study, right, actually if both parents have a common goal, we both want him to learn, but we shouldn't overdo it, right? We should let him learn on his own and then provide a safe environment. As long as this is being communicated to your partner, and if he really fell, is to really also tone down the voice and discuss hey, what happened? What can we do? How should we avoid this?
I mean, me and my wife don't quarrel about this is because before he fall, we already were talking about it.
Right.
And this was a common understanding that we had.
Right.
If he have to fall down, he have to fall down. Right? 就给他跌倒. Because although he is our first one, we were protective. In 1 or 2 months, when he was 1 or 2 months old, so babies, they like to lean back and just they just drop, right?
Yeah.
At the start, we keep putting our hand there or making sure that we put a mat on the floor and all that. Then after that, my wife said, wow, but he keep doing it. He thinks that it is okay to do it because there will be a hand to hold. Then after we were discussing, so what's the best way for him to learn not to do that? Okay, 教一次. Bang, wow, pain, cry finish, he remember. from that day onwards, right, never again he will woo.
Yeah. Of course.
Which I think that's the fastest way to learn.
Yes.
Yeah. So ultimately, whatever that you all want to do, I think as a couple, it's good to talk lah. Talk it out lor.
Yeah, I
Put
guess.
all these things on the table.
Mm,
And then come to a common ground. What is acceptable to the both of you? At least you all have a common understanding. Then you don't have to scream and shout lah.
Agree. I think it's also like setting out the expectations up front first lah, so that you all know what both of you guys are working towards, right? Because the parent cannot be separate mah.
Yeah.
Although they say parenting lah, one must be the good person, one must be the bad person, one be the devil, one be the angel kind of thing lah. But ultimately, still needs to work in unity moving forward. So
I mean,
the best way is to
if it's one devil, one angel, then as a person, it's very natural for the kid to not like the devil. What?
No, agree. But I think the only reason why people say that is, I think relative to situations lah. For example, like today, if I'm going to scold my kid, then, you know, let's say I'm the 坏人 and I'm scolding my kid, right? Then it shouldn't interfere. But at the back, right, then the other partner or the spouse can be the angel in that sense. Because after the whole thing has calmed down, then it's their responsibility, or they should at best, to talk it out to the kid. Or why, example, Papa scold you, what is the reason, what is the lesson from this, and then sayang the kid lah. So I guess under that context, then we are seeing the devil and the angel lah, and not the 我骂的时候 I scold halfway, come be the angel. Wow, and you know the expectations, but even if you said not followed, no point already lah.
I think at the end of the day, the more important part is not for the other half to be the angel, but for the devil to be the angel. So let's say today I scold my son. I need to be the bigger person to go and talk to my son again.
Oh yes, definitely.
Right? And to let him know, actually Papa scold you not because I don't want to give you one.
Correct.
Yeah? And it's about talking it out. Because I feel no one person in this entire world got no emotion.
Yep, true.
Confirm will angry. At the same time, it's a process of learning. And we are going through this process of learning, then we also need to share it with the people around us. We always tell people, hey, I want to change. How is it that we are changing? Or how is it that we are doing certain things? Especially the most basic thing of talking. Right? I think talking is one of the most toxic things that can be done if not done properly.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's why they got the
different terms for it.
Yeah.
And when we talk it out, it's really more done in a more intentional manner. What's the common intention that the two of you have? Okay, it doesn't even need to be in terms of spouse relationships, or it doesn't have to be parent-child. It can be between friends. Why friends will fall out? What's the intention of certain things that is being done? 你不讲又 cake, then you bottle 起来, then we enter explode, then let people pick up the debris, man.
Yeah, correct. Then explode and 批评. Then that's how friendships end, right?
Yeah, so, but I mean, certain friendships need to end, right? But it's not as important as the closest people that you have. And sometimes we cannot choose the family that we are born into, but we can choose the family that we are building up. Yes, right? And a lot of people complain about their spouse, but I always tell them this one thing. 老婆你自己选的，老公你自己选的。Right? What are you going to do about it? And ultimately, we need to know that it is a choice, that we have come so far. Why last time can look at each other with
lovey
stars
dovey eyes, yeah, puppy eyes,
放电 but now see each other
现在放屁，以前放电，现在放屁。No, but with that being said, I think what's most important is, as long as both parties can recognize that, sometimes in the spate of argument or in a heated argument, right? Why not let's just take a step back. Let's just calm down, take a step back, chill, right? Express.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, correct. But I think although it's easier said than done, I think it's really making a conscious effort to do
Yeah.
so.
I
Because
think
half
also
the
spelling
time,
out what's the purpose of it.
correct. I think if you have a conscious effort, for example, I want to have a conscious effort to upkeep the harmony in the house or within my family or between my spouse. I want to not try to flare up. As long as you can set that expectation for yourself, then you'll be more inclined to work towards that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we are not saying that you have to do everything at once. You know, do
Take
things
baby
that,
steps.
Yeah, take steps that you feel that is acceptable.
Correct.
Go and choose what you want to do now.
Correct.
Because ultimately, even if I want to lose weight,
Right.
if I feel that going into maybe a diet that I don't feel that is acceptable, I cannot upkeep it. Then I'll just tell you it doesn't work, no?
Agree.
Right? But so it's about choosing what is acceptable to you,
Right.
okay, and then aligning it with your intention. What's the purpose behind it, right? And then making the other person know why are you doing certain things, and finding common ground with the other person.
Okay, so with that being said, before we end this episode, how about this? Can you share with us 2 actionable steps that we can take? That's easy, like today, tonight, or maybe tomorrow, or in the near future. What can we do to try to communicate better and change things and make it a little bit more pleasant?
I think importantly is knowing what you want, okay, in the various aspects in your life. What do you want in your career? What do you want in your family? What do you want in terms of your friends? What do you want in terms of your child? Right? And be very specific towards a certain group of people. Choose one you want to work with first, right? If you feel that you want to work with your family first, then talk about what do you want for your family, right? Then, if you want to work on your career, then ask yourself what do you want out of your career, right? And then the second thing is to really look inside you. Okay, it's not about seeing what other people think. Okay, we're not living this world because we're not living in this world or living this life because of the people outside us, outside our life. We're living this life because of ourselves.
Yep.
What is it that you want in this life?
Yep.
Yeah. So the 2 things. Firstly, what do you want in a specific aspect of your life? Okay, this aspect of your life, what do you want? Okay. Secondly, think of the intention behind it.
Okay.
What is it that why do you want to do it? Okay, is it because of other people or is it because of yourself? If it's because of other people, right, ignore that first.
Yeah,
Trust me, just ignore that first. Work on those that you're doing it for yourself. So 2 layers to this, doing this one, I would say one thing.
Okay.
Okay, what do you want and who is it for?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So I think this, if you have any other methods, I wouldn't say there's a right way to do it, because to me, honestly, the way that works is the right way lah.
There's
I
no
don't
right
care how
way.
you do it. You want to dig your nose like this, you want to use your hand go one round, or you want to do this before you dig your nose.
Also can.
Ultimately, once you dig your nose, that's the main goal.
Yep.
Right? And if you feel that you have better ways that you have used or tried before, do share with us in the comments below.
Yes, please let us know.
And do share with us your thoughts. What do you think? Is there any other things that you want to talk about that you feel is difficult? Do comment below. Or if you want to make it more anonymous, I think you can write into our email.
Yes.
talkitoutsg@gmail.com.
Yep.
And we can have a discussion from there. Okay?
See you around, and
Okay.
remember to like, subscribe, and share.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.